Well, we are also following breaking news out of New York City, where an indictment has just been unsealed charging Mayor Eric Adams with bribery and fraud. It follows a months-long federal investigation into whether his campaign illegally conspired with Turkish entities to collect foreign donations.
We also allege that the mayor sought and accepted well over $100,000 in luxury travel benefits from some of the same foreign actors who arranged many of the illegal campaign contributions. These benefits included free international business class flights and opulent hotel rooms in foreign cities. The mayor had a duty to disclose these gifts on his annual public disclosure forms so that the public could see who was giving him what. But as we allege, year after year after year, he kept the public in the dark.
Also, members of the mayor's inner circle have also become entangled within this legal web, prompting 4 separate investigations by federal prosecutors. So for more insight, I'd like to bring in trial attorney and legal analyst Misty Marris. Misty, thank you so much. This is certainly breaking news. A lot just unfolded within the past 20, 30 minutes. What stands out to you most about what we've learned today? I mean, there's the unsealing of the indictment. The mayor himself had a press conference. We just heard from the U.S. attorney there.
You know, Nicole, the 57-page indictment, by the way, I'm a New Yorker, so I'm here in New York City, and we've been hearing about the potential charges for a long time. And we know that that phones were seized, and a lot of people in Eric Adams' inner circle have already stepped out of their positions and also were subjects of investigation. So this has kind of been a long time coming, especially being a New Yorker. That being said, Nicole, once this 57-page indictment was actually unsealed, you know what struck me? It's not the crime, it's the cover-up. So you're talking about $100,000+ that are allegedly ill-gotten gains from Eric Adams in exchange for benefits utilizing his position, which is of public trust. And in order to cover that up, not only were these was this money not disclosed, these luxury travel benefits that are alleged, not disclosed, it went a step further. There were also straw donors, meaning phony donors, meant to cover up the fact that this Turkish money was coming into his campaign. So that cover up and the electronic footprint of that's going to be central to the Southern District's case in this particular instance.
Oh, well, Missy, that's my next question for you. I mean, how important is the evidence when it comes to how this case unfolds?
The evidence is critical because right now we know Eric Adams has come out. He said he's not guilty of this. We know that his phones were seized back in 2023. So we're going back almost a year ago. In addition to that, Gracie Mansion was raided this morning. So additional evidence was collected as early as today, included in this 57-page indictment. So a lot of what's going to be critical in this case is going to be what are those electronic records that are going to be difficult for Eric Adams to refute. We saw in the press conference, the Southern District said, this is not a case of somebody having points and doing an upgrade like you and me, Nicole, might do, right? We might utilize our Delta points to get a better flight. This is a matter of the highest level flights that were given $12,000, $20,000 value from these foreign entities. And so this is going to be something that's going to have a paper trail. And that paper trail isn't just going to be the dollars and cents. It's also going to be where it came from and the fact that Eric Adams knew that this was against the law, bringing us back to that idea of the cover-up component of this.
Yeah, some of those alleged valuations of those tickets, certainly eye-opening. Misty, we saw the mayor speak out just about an hour ago. Is it smart for him to be doing that?
Well, he has actually retained a great lawyer, Alex Spiro, very talented defense attorney, and anything that he says, I am sure, is in coordination with his attorney, because from the general perspective of a defense lawyer, less is more. Don't make any public statements, because anything that you say that's in the public sphere can come back into the courtroom. So I'm sure that anything that he's saying now is curated by his defense lawyers in coordination with PR officials. The big question, I think, especially on the minds of New Yorkers, is he going to step aside? Is he going to do that willfully? Or is Governor Hochul going to have to step in? She's the only individual who has the power to remove him or suspend him. So right now there's a lot of political pressure on him, but will that change into an actual directive from the governor?
And so we know that the mayor is, at this point speaking out. I'd like to listen to a bit of what he said just about an hour ago.
We're going to hear his story of the case that is in front of us. This story will come from the federal prosecutors. And I ask to wait and hear our side to this narrative.
All right, Misty, so how does this work when you are such a high-profile elected official? Did he know this was coming? It's being reported he'll be taken into custody early next week. Are we going to see an arrest and booking? How is this likely to unfold?
There's a lot of moving parts here. And actually, he is the first. This is an unprecedented situation. He's the first mayor of New York City to be charged while in office. So there's, to a certain degree, an unprecedented situation. But let's break down what could happen here. So number one, will he remain in office? That's the big question. And there's nothing that says that he cannot remain in office, even if he's under a criminal indictment. And so then that becomes whether or not it's political pressure or whether or not it's the governor stepping in. That is the only individual who has the power to remove him or suspend him at this time. So that's part one. The next piece, he will go through the criminal justice system just as any other individual would. He will not be given any special treatment. He'll have an arraignment where he will plead guilty or not guilty. There will be a detention proceeding. My guess would be, given the nature of the charges, the two aspects that a judge looks at are whether or not an individual is a flight risk or whether or not an individual is a danger. So I doubt that he would actually be in custody. He'll likely have some restrictions on movement, maybe house arrest, may be released on their own recognizance. So those are the different aspects that are at play here. And then moving forward, let's go 150 miles to trial. That's when we're going to really see how his defense is going to unfold and how he's going to refute what looks like a very well-documented case by the Southern District of New York. Nicole, quick note, Southern District moves slow. Yeah. The reason they move slow, because their cases are tight. They have a 96% conviction rate. I think, to your point, he knew it was coming. He was rated in 2023. It was just a matter of time for those charges to actually come to fruition.
Well, we will certainly see what happens next with this constantly evolving situation here. Misty Marris, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.